Today's conversation is about how many things are you adding to your life that actually creates this busyness. But what if you could add things in your life that would actually give you more space? Like, what do I mean by that? So I'm quite a do-do head, which means I have to do a lot. Then I realized that, oh, okay, wait, there's a different way of dealing with things. And I started looking at creating more space, because it's when we have the space, um, when when we're relaxed. By creating more space in your day, in your life, I mean that having that sense of relaxation. Anything that brings in more relaxation in your life is creating more space. And that isn't necessarily sleeping all day. That may actually create more of an annoying, it may not actually create more space always. Okay, uh, so look at the things that you enjoy to do that creates more space in your life. Like, for example, in my case, I love drumming. Okay, Komal is back again. Let me add her live. She'll probably come in. So, for example, in my case, I like drumming a lot. Hi, Komal.
Is this better? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Though I think your internet is a little bit shaky, but I can hear you better.
Cool. Okay.
Much better. Yeah. So, hello, Komal. So, basically, what we wanted to talk
Yeah.
about is how to create more space. Are you adding things in your life to create a sense of busyness, and is it creating more anxiety and more stress? And what if you added things in your life that actually created more space? So, what would you like to talk about? Komal, your internet is a little shaky, but continue.
Yeah. The internet on my end, I think, is a little cool. Yeah. So I found myself of late just trying to, fill in the spaces I have in my day, with like things that would make me more productive. Basically, I was looking at productivity and I was like, oh, like if I have so many spaces, then am I being productive, or is it just, like that? So then I was like, but then I had a conversation with you, and you mentioned that what if like these are the spaces which sort of like create in my day instead of, um, just vacant spaces. What if these are the spaces that actually help in creation?
Good. So, for those people who don't know what we're talking about, like, what are you talking about? Creating more space, creating more creation. So, in simple words, we're talking about. So, let me give you an example. Like, um, how much are you filling up your day with things to do, with a to-do list that doesn't create a sense of relaxation, but creates a weird stress of anxiety and stress. And I'm not saying that means you don't do any of it. Don't, like, you have your responsibilities, you have the commitments to do certain things, and you have to do them. But what if you started? So what happens is, when you have a lot of time, for example, that's what people. It's not time when you have a lot of space. All right. So when you have a lot of space in your hand, when you think you're not doing too much, you tend to fill it up with things which don't actually create a sense of relaxation, but create a sense of busyness. Or you start busyness, not business, but a sense like of this busy. And then at the end of the day, you feel like, what the fuck just happened? And you just want to like die, or you just want to, I'm spent. Um, However, what if you started adding more things to your life that created a greater space, and also therefore helps you make the money and helps you be more present in those things that you have to do, uh, because we have to do all the things that we have to do. So, so for example, in my case, like the other day, I wasn't feeling all that well, and I was like upbeat, and I remember just having this bout of sneezes, which I usually do, and then I took a drumming class. Okay, so for example, I enjoy drumming, and all of us have something that you really truly enjoy, that after the end of it you don't feel as tired or or as anxious as before, and your body actually feels better. So when I start drumming, okay, just that 1 hour of and the end of it, my body is relaxed, I have more energy, I'm actually going to be more productive after that. I wasn't, like, if I hadn't done that, if I hadn't added that to my day. And by the way, I make money doing those things that create more space. So just an additional point that I'm trying to sort of give you. So if you started adding things that actually create a sense of this energy flowing through you, it will create more space, and that would actually make you more productive. It's great to ask to be more productive. There's nothing wrong with it. And there's nothing wrong with doing things. Just what if you did things that added more space?
Yeah.
So what is your thing that you do that adds more space to you in your life? And then you're like, you're done with it, and it's like, I'm ready to create. Like, what are some of the things that you like, that you do?
I realize like I like working when I'm sitting out in my garden, like like small things like that. With like I like working with a view that adds a lot of space to my work. I feel better. I feel like energized even when I'm working. So I like that.
Yeah, cool. So you would basically add more of that, like create, like this is what, so create more space. Don't create more like contraction. Like for
Yeah.
example, getting my bars run, like getting my bars run when I am grumpy, when I'm and getting my bars run. Like bars are these 32 points that we talk about in Access, which when gently pressed starts releasing all this gunk and stress and anxiety and depression and all of this stuff that we're so, like, this constant stimulation that we have in this world, like all that constant stimulation that happens. The bars, when I get my bars done, those 32 points in your head, it starts dissipating all of it. Have you noticed that whenever we get our bars done before and after with like two different people, I'm like, I'm all like energetic,
Yeah.
yay! I wanna like go get my bar, like let's do something. Like I remember once I had like a fight with somebody. I think my father, somebody I did. I was like really angry, and I was like really pissed, and I wanted to go out and like drive and just have the day off. And I remember we went somewhere out in nature, and I was just like, I was like really getting irritated. And so I asked you, and there was also Mansi with us. I asked one girl to run my bars. So I ran my bars, and within 15 minutes, I was like, oh, none of that shit matters. And I was vegan, and I was happy again. And just 15 minutes before, I was like, I want to cry. And I remember that absolute change that happens whenever I get my bars done. And that, there's literally nothing actually, not even drumming, not even actually playing sports that creates this much space, to be very, very honest. Like, I remember when I first got my bars done, my first bars class, my first time when I got my bars done, I was in this space where, fuck, I was like, I need something. I am not happy. Like, I don't, like, I was looking and asking, and I was like, and I randomly found this class. I didn't even know what I was getting into. I got into it, I got my bars done, and that was the first time I felt like, oh my god. I remember crying. I remember like really crying, but I also remember laughing at the same time. I remember my first bars class was like crying and laughing and going to the loo constantly because I was like, my body was also like shedding things. It was an amazing experience just getting my bars on. One of my friends was running my bars in that class. And after that, that was the first time in a very, very, very long time that I got what it means to have like space, what it means to not be constantly like, just unhappy. So all the things, to be honest, like, even if you're doing your regular jobs and you're just, if you could get your bars done, like if you're asking for more space, if you're asking for something if you're asking for more relaxation, there is nothing like bars. And I know I'm talking a lot, and Komal just like
No, no,
there.
that's fine.
You can chip in. And I also remember I used to do the same things before I knew bars. And those same things would not give me the space because I would go into this cycle of judgment doing those same things. But after the bars, doing those same things, access bars, they're not bars. But after getting the bars done, those things that I did enjoy as a child and lost their joy and fun because of judgments, and I had to get it right and blah blah blah. I started enjoying those things again as like with like really enjoying it and not as a way to sort of judge me and not good enough and stuff like that. So getting my bars done is what has created more space, less sense of busyness. And have you noticed like things get done very quickly after we've like run bars?
Yeah.
Like I remember I was
Yeah.
making like a graphic for a class that we'd announced, and I was getting into my hair, I was taking too much time, and I ran my own bars. I relaxed, and then after 15 minutes of that, I did that in like 15 minutes. That which was taking like an hour, and I was just going crazy over it. It got finished. So what if you added things? So the point of this conversation is, what if you added things that created more space,
Yeah.
which would actually give you the productivity that you're asking for, and that busyness that we create would probably take you away from it whilst you thinking you're being very productive, but you're not, you're just distracting yourself. I hope that makes sense.
I also just want to add that something that brings you space, like it might be a very weird thing or something very different, but it's still worth like adding in your day.
What do
Even
you
though
mean, Komal? What's the weird thing that you do that brings space to you?
uh, like I like doing like tie dyeing, like that's something I enjoy. And I realized that randomly doing it in between work or something is so relaxing for me, like just colors and looking at colors. So, and nobody else sort of gets it, but I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. And everyone has their things. Like I enjoy singing, and it could be just dancing. It could be getting drumming, getting my bars done. By far the most effective thing. And it could be like all of these, also sports. But sometimes sports, uh, it's interesting. Okay, so you need to ask every single day, and you like, what if you started adding things that creates more space? Like even going out for a walk with my dog in the middle of a busy day. Like if I'm doing too many things, I'm in front of my computer. Because a lot of our things is be on the computer and then take it. Like that's usually what we do, and then so those little breaks with my dog outside and just going out for a walk with him and just that creates a sudden like this space around my head and for my body, and there's suddenly this energy that can now move through me and through my body that wasn't there before. So getting my bars done, topmost. Going on for a walk with my dog. Drumming, singing, for Komal doing tie-dye and engaging with things like that. For some people could be art, for some people could be just really making a cup of coffee and stepping out. Like whatever it is, something that creates more space. What would it take for you to add things that create more space? If you're asking for a more productive life, if you're asking for a more productive, dynamic life. Yeah, and instead of creating this busyness, I don't know, do this, and then there's the to-do list. But how much of that list is actually required, and what else can you add that will give you more space so that that list that you have to do will be over in less than a fraction of the time than you thought you would take. That's the whole point of adding these things. It's not to ignore the things that you have to do. It's just that whatever you had to do gets done very easily and very fast. Like, and I talk a lot while people listen. So I apologize for that unless you want to say something.
No, and if people are listening, like are offering like access bars practitioners are giving away like free bars. So in
Yeah.
case you haven't experienced access bars, you might just check in your city. Like we put a link. I put a link on this video where you can go to find practitioner nearby who might be offering free bars.
And if you're in Pune, I think even this month we're offering free bar
Yeah,
sessions.
if you're in Pune,
We're traveling a bit, but you can always fill up the form in our bio, and
yeah,
whenever we are here, you can come in for your free 20-minute session. It's a taster session. We kept it on last month as part of the Suicide Awareness Month, and we got the Mental Health Awareness Day that was yesterday or day before it, I don't remember. But we've kept it on for the whole next month. So if you like to experience these access bars and you've never got to them around before, you have no clue what we're talking about, come get a taster. It's free. It's for 20 minutes. Come and fill up the form, and one of us will run your bars or someone else. But they're amazing. It's not something like, I mean, as much as this sounds like the selling thing that we're doing, I wouldn't sell anything that hasn't worked on me. So, the only reason I can sell it is because it works for me. That's why I can sell it. If it doesn't work for me, I can't sell it, and therefore I probably would be a very bad salesperson. But anyway, look it up. Look up bars, alright? Access bars, not bars where you drink alcohol. Access bars. And I also have a class coming up in Bombay, alright, on Sunday, this Sunday. So I have a class in person in Mumbai, in Bandra. It's a whole day class. You get your bars run twice. You run someone's bars twice. You get a whole manual. You get the charts. We give you a whole bunch of other tools to help you sort of start creating this more space in your life so that everything flows with ease and joy and glory. It's an amazing class. It was the first class I took in Access. It was one class that I quite literally changed the tracks of where my life was heading, and what else is possible. So check it out. We've got class in Mumbai. We've got free bar sessions in Pune for 20 minutes. Even if you're in Bombay and you heard this and you don't know what we're talking about, you've never had bars run, contact us. We may be able to squeeze a free session in. We don't know. We're both there over the weekend. So till Monday. So lots of things are possible, but if you've been asking for more space, if you've been asking for more relaxation, you've been asking for more productivity, try out Access bars. Love that.
thank you for this. Like it like helped me a lot, this conversation on space, and like if instead of like adding more things, I just now prioritize like what will give me more space. So thanks for that.
But it's interesting. I do end up adding more things to my life. Like I'm one of them who does multiple
Yeah,
things at the same time, and yet it seems like I'm. So it's not about not doing things and not adding, and creating this false sense of space, which is nothing but laziness.
got it.
Like, like when you're creating space, when you have more energy running through you, and you're relaxed fully. Yeah. So it's not about not adding. It's in fact somewhere it becomes about adding more things to your life. Like create more space though.
Cool.
Not like things that you don't like. Give you more space to do the things that you think you have that you don't really like to do. Cool. I hope that makes sense, and I hope some people listen to this later. There's a little bit of a problem in the beginning, but that's okay. And if you need any more information, join us. And as usual, if you have any questions in any area of your life that you think you need facilitation with, or you'd like to help you with using tools of Access Consciousness, please fill up the form in my bio. and we'll take it up. Next Thursday, every Thursday, will be in the evening, around 5:30. We'll announce it before. And thank you so much for joining us. Create more space,
Thank you.
less busyness, more space. Bye bye. Thank you, Kumar.